Dark Adam, I really want to ask this question to you, man, since you are the, how do I say, ideologist here, and you're into analyzing the mentality behind behavior or something like that. So basically, if you take a look at the strategies in terms of chain of command between the Israelis and the Arabs, there's a big difference, right? Why is that? For the Arabs, they prefer loyalty over skills, wherein on the other hand, the Israelis, they choose a competent leader.
Depends from what do you mean by competence, because the
Yes,
what is
competence in
competence?
terms of skills like leadership skills, communication
Yeah,
skills,
yes,
handling men. Yeah.
yes, that is the Western version of competence. But if we're talking about competence in the Middle East, it's all about loyalty, as what Marco says. But
Mm.
in my opinion, this is all started because of their culture. You must understand that the way how Arabs fight is different. I mean, totally different from the West because they're using huge amount of numbers to attack a single country or a single town, using swords, using bows and arrows, and then
Right.
they're also using ambush tactics as well in the desert. Now in the modern version, they cannot really do that because they're using tanks. It's created a conflict of a fighting style when they're applying those Arabian desert style of fighting into modern style equipment like tanks, for example. So at the same time, the culture of the Arabs is that they prefer their leader something that is a tyrant because the tyrant leader, they see the tyrant leader as a very strong leader. And they need a very strong leader in the desert because the desert is a very harsh environment. They want a leader that is strong, powerful, uh, something like borderline tyranny, tyrant. But the
Mm.
problem about this leader is that he is the tyrant leader in the desert. He's like playing a balancing act, you know, balancing
Right.
act that he will gonna pick someone who is loyal to him, but at the same time that is competent. But the problem is that if the soldier is let's just say very competent, like he's very skilled, the
Mm.
current leader is afraid that
Smart.
someone will just smart that this leader, I mean this general, might gonna assassinate him or replace him. So
Mm.
by default, the Arab leaders, they pick more of the loyalty. Like they pick the more loyal people. It's because the reason why they pick the loyal people, it has nothing to do with dealing with the objective or fulfilling the mission. It's more about the safety of their leader.
Right. Right.
Yes, and this is now caused problems during the war because in the Israeli, they are much more united. The reason why they are much more united because of what happened during the Holocaust. That the Israeli, they have the mindset that the only
Mm.
people that they can trust is only the Jewish people, regardless if you're from the Middle East, from America, from Europe, or from Africa. As long as you're Jewish, we are brothers. But in the
Right.
case of the Arabs, they don't think that way. They're more of thinking who is the more loyal to me, regardless of his
Mm.
skills. That is the ranking, the loyalty ranking. So
So
that's
that
why
means
the
like the one who's a good kiss, who's good in kissing ass.
yes, the way how
So
they
I'll
pick.
be chosen.
Yes, it's more of like, for example, they were gonna pick a man who is very good in tanks. So instead of analyzing the person if he has a
Yeah.
skill to use a tank or to use a gun, they were
Mm.
gonna pick him based on loyalty. So
Mm. Mm. Mm.
yes,
Mm.
that's how they rank people. Oh, he's more loyal. Okay, I pick him. Oh, he's very good in guns. He's very good in tanks. He's a genius. Oh no, 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 no. He might gonna replace me one day once he elevate his power. So
Right. Right. They might go against the leader, right?
Yes, the Malagos leader. That's why if you notice the Arab style of leadership, it's not really about leadership. It's always about fear that they're afraid that someone might backstab them at the back and replace them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a culture in the desert. It is totally different from the Western style of leadership. But that is all for now
Yeah.
because it will take time for me you know, to discuss about the cultures of the desert. But if you again,
Mm,
if you're interested about this topic, so give us 100,000 likes in YouTube.
yeah, there you go, guys. The culture of the desert. I think that's also interesting. I think we should have a different podcast for that one. But
Sure.
again, if you guys are really interested, please put it on the comment section and give us how many likes, Dark Adam?
1 million.
100,000 likes.
Or
100,000.
100,000 likes. Yes,
One and
guys,
then
please.
6 zeros.